one to go.
Yeah, this is the last one. I it hardly feels like we've been doing this for 2 hours. But hey, welcome. We are going through the Mages of Strixhaven, Unearthed Arcana. Me, GM Gyrnos, and Zyziva. We are looking at Mage of Witherbloom. I love that name. A subclass option for druids and warlocks. This is one I don't think I'd have to go back through them, but most of them had wizard as an option, right?
This is the only one that doesn't. 4 of them have wizard, 3 of them have warlock, and 2 of them have sorcerer, bard, and druid.
Huh. So now I really want to play a wizard with this. But let's see here now. How these subclasses work, and honestly, I really kind of like how they did this, and I may steal this for a project that I get halfway through and then lose motivation for and never finish or release. Is that when you take this as a subclass, it replaces your druid circle or your warlock patron. So you would pick this at first level as a warlock or second level as a druid. And then when you would gain a subclass ability as determined by your main class, you instead come here and pick one of the ones that are available half of this list if you meet the level requirements, with the exception of the first 2, which are level +1, and you get both of them. Okay, so number 5. Wow.
Just gonna call it out right here. This level 1 thing, giving warlocks cure wounds that get their spells back on a short rest.
Okay, I will get to that in a second. I am going to read the blurb first.
Okay.
Okay. Mages of Witherbloom draw their magic from the energy that endlessly flows from life to death and back again. So, sounds a little bit like Spore Druids. They see the duality of thriving and inevitable death in all things. I stand by my statement.
It's very Golgari.
Tapping and manipulating the transition of energy between the states. Some weather balloon. Oh, some Witherbloom adhere.
It's only the 5th one. Hold it together.
Never. Some Witherbloom. Cut. Hold on. Some Witherbloom adherents. I did it. Cut. Take. High low cat. Some Witherbloom adherents focus on vital energies to nurture life and empower others, while others embrace the drain of vitality into decay to sap and strike down their foes. Seriously, the verbosity and the just lusciousness of this writing is impressive. So
They're at college. They've got to flaunt it.
So we've already gone over how the subclass works. As always, check with your DMs about Unearthed Arcana. So I was warned about this, but let's go ahead and get into it. Witherbloom spells. First level plus feature. You learn the cantrip Spare the Dying, and the first level spell Cure Wounds and Inflict Wounds.
This is for druids and warlocks. And warlocks do get their spells back on a short rest. So this is a viable thing to like Celestial Warlock as a healer. This is a different viable Warlock as a party healer.
So here's the thing: Celestial Warlocks gain Radiant Words, which allows them to heal as a bonus action a number of d6s equal to their Warlock level. This seems to lack that, but what it has that Celestial Warlock doesn't have is spells like Revivify and Lesser Restoration. Oh, and Mass Cure Wounds.
And Greater Restoration.
And Greater Restoration. Yeah, who doesn't want to spend 100? Oh, Yeah.
Hey, if you're at a point where you have to have it, you'd rather have it than pay someone else to cast it.
Yeah. Each of these spells count as a class spell for you, but doesn't count against the number of spells you know. If you're a druid, you always have these spells prepared. So there goes the prepare tax. And of course, warlocks know all their spells constantly. So ah well ah well
Don't worry, if we play again, I'm not allowed to be a warlock.
yeah. Okay, Essence Tap. Level 1, for the record, she is allowed to play a Warlock. It's just I ask players to not start as the same class that they started as in the Second Side Agency campaign in whatever we do next, which is looking more and more like we are doing a Magic College campaign.
I guess it depends on book timelines, too.
I don't know. We'll get into that. Anyway, Essence Tap. As a bonus action, you can draw on a reservoir of life essence to empower yourself for 1 minute or until you use this feature again. Why does it have to specify that? For the duration, you gain one of the following benefits of your choice. Overgrowth.
It specifies it because you can switch features.
Yep. Overgrowth. When you choose this benefit and as a bonus action on subsequent turns while the benefit lasts, you can expend and roll 1 hit die. I love it. I love stuff that lets you expend and roll hit dice. You can expend and roll 1 hit die. You regain a number of hit points equal to the number rolled plus your spellcasting. Not your constitution. Okay. Equal plus your spellcasting modifier. That's actually.
So that's wisdom for the druids or charisma for the warlock.
Yeah, which generally is what they stack. Withering Strike. When you deal damage, you can change the damage type to necrotic and to ignore resistance to necrotic damage.
I wonder if this works in beast form.
Yeah,
because it's just a bonus action. It doesn't use a spell that you would have to cast.
You regain access to your class abilities as long as you have the physicality.
So, I mean, I think you could, be a bear or something in combat dealing necrotic damage and getting around the whole resistances to piercing and slashing kind of things.
Yeah. So okay, you can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Empower yourself for 1 minute. Okay, so Overgrowth, when you choose it and on every subsequent turn as a bonus action. Wow.
1 minute, 10 turns.
So, for those of you who occasionally forget about it, you only get back half of your expended hit dice on a long rest.
But I mean, it is getting to use it instantly so that you can continue a really hard battle instead of waiting to recover afterwards.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Wow. I mean, I don't know if it's Spore Druid, level 20, gaining 40 temporary hit points every turn.
It definitely resembles Ingrid's armor.
Yeah, I've noticed without the area of effect, though. Okay, well, while my brain is broken, let's continue on to Witherbloom. I did it. Brew. You gain proficiency with herbalism kits if you don't already have it. Wizards of the Coast, please listen to me now. When you use language like this, you gain proficiency with X if you don't already have it. Please follow it up with something that makes up for us already having it. Please, I beg you. Give us another tool use. Give us another saving throw. Warn monk players that they will eventually get every saving throw and that they don't need to take the resistance
Too many callouts.
feat.
Come on. That's definitely not a Wizards of the Coast problem.
When you finish a long rest, you can use a herbalism kit and a powder cauldron. That is so... I love it. to create magical brews. You create a number of brews equal to your proficiency bonus. Each brew requires its own flask. The brew retains its magical potency for 24 hours or until it's used. For each brew, choose one of the following. Oh,
As a note, flask only costs 1 copper, and there is no good reason to not start with multiple flask as a character because you never know what kind of weird substances you're going to run into that you want to catch.
so as a player and a DM, I will say this. I loathe random buffs. Um, yeah, I loathe them. I do not like the Wild Magic Barbarian because I would like to be able to be consistent in my battle strategy. That said, Alchemy Artificers, thank you for at least giving us the ability to create additional an additional experimental elixirs because I cannot tell you how often I roll up 2 potions of half speed flight and be like, well, this is useless. We're in a field. So,
But you do pick these.
so thank you for letting us pick these. Wizards of the Coast, release an errata getting rid of random buffs. Fortifying. When you create this brew, choose a damage type from the following list: fire, cold, fire, necrotic, poison, or radiant. Wow. The creature can drink this brew or administer it to another creature as an action. The recipient gains resistance to the chosen damage type for an hour. Wow.
It gets better.
Fuck vampires.
But yeah, this is how you get a barbarian in your group when everyone goes to a magic college. You have the Mage of Witherbloom brew up, and then your most martial other character takes the potion.
Okay, quickening. A creature can drink this brew or administer to another creature as an action. Thank you, because, who doesn't love pouring drinks down your friend's throat while they're waiting for their turn? Administer to another creature as an action. The recipient gains 2d6 hit points and 1 disease or condition from the following list affecting the recipient ends. Brew user's choice: charmed, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
And keep in mind, this brew, you can make a number of brews equal to your proficiency bonus. Think about low-level spellcasters only having 1 to 2 possible heals and they can't do anything else. This basically can give you 2 healing potions as, I mean, you have to be level 6 for this, but it starts really freeing up
Yeah,
your other options, especially because you hand out these flasks. This is a very preparatory class, maybe the most preparatory even, but you hand these out and then whoever needs them has to use their actions and stuff to take care of it or to distribute them. Are familiars doing this? Another creature doesn't have to be a humanoid.
yeah. Okay,
This could be the wizard's owl is giving people 2d6 hit points for its action, and instead of dying on the battlefield. So, I mean, this is really a good healing option for groups.
toxifying. As an action, a creature can apply this brew to a simple or martial weapon. The next time the weapon or piece of ammunition fired by it hits a creature within 1 hour, the target takes 2d6 poison damage and must succeed on a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC or be poisoned for 1 minute.
And I mean, some poisons don't last that long, so that's not bad. 1 hour.
See, my complaint about this is that standard poison, a poison vial, can be applied to up to 10 pieces of ammunition. But honestly, this is not bad. I like this.
I mean, if you were just focusing on the poisoning and not the healing aspect, that's still 2 to 6 uses of
Yeah, no,
poison for free.
I love this. Um, I love this. Honestly, it feels very. I would love to see this as an alchemist artificer adaptation.
What did druid like claw attacks count as? They don't count as simple weapons, right?
No, they're natural weapons.
Okay, yeah. So you can't like pair it with the druid stuff
Do
on
you want to
this
know
one.
what is a simple weapon?
Sure.
Dampier Fangs.
Okay. I don't think that you would
Do not bite
want
your
want
tongue.
want to put poison on your fangs.
That was a mistake. Okay, Witherbloom Adept. Hey, I've been managing to say it right. You connect to the flow of life force. Your connection to the flow of life force deepens. Uh, okay. Once per turn, when you deal necrotic damage or restore hit points using a spell, one target of the spell takes additional damage or regains additional hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. I mean, at level 10, that's a +4. That's not bad, but
I mean, it's once per turn, though.
oh, you're right. It's
It's not another limiter.
persistent. It works with cantrips.
Don't forget Withering Strike. You can make any of your attacks be necrotic and ignore necrotic damage. This pairs with using necrotic damage.
Jeez Louises. Necrotic. Oh wait, nope, no fireballs. Right.
When you deal necrotic damage. So it doesn't, you can be using Firebolt, turning it into necrotic damage on your cantrip, and then restoring hit points extra.
Yeah, that is.
And this is not a reaction. This is not a bonus action. It's every turn.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it seems small, but it adds up,
And I
especially over long
mean,
combats.
what about after combats where instead of a short rest, you do some target practice on the grass nearby?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, using up your hit dice for short rest is not going to be a big deal for you. So you can go ahead with overgrowth and expend those hit dice in action because when the battle's over, you don't need them anymore at this point. Attack some trees, attack some bushes, attack some blades of grass, wither them with necrotic damage, heal yourself, heal your party, move on.
Okay, so the only
I mean, that's DM dependent. There could be DMs that are like, you can't do necrotic damage to plants. But I mean, if you attack something with an attack spell and it does that damage,
yeah.
you could deal necrotic damage to a door. It wouldn't do much to the door, but it might still heal you with this.
So my only issue is that the restoring hit points once per turn when you deal necrotic damage or restore hit points using a spell. So while it will function with the Withering Strike, where when you deal damage you can change it to necrotic, it will not function with Overgrowth because Overgrowth is not a spell.
No, I was saying you can use your hit dice for overgrowth because you
Yes,
don't need them to heal you anymore
yes, no. I'm just
at this
warning
point.
people about yeah. Okay, so Withering Vortex is the final one. Wow, we've been doing this for over 2 hours. It's been fun. I've had fun. We should do this more often. Let's see. Withering Vortex, level 14 plus, Mage of Witherbloom feature. When you cast a spell using a spell slot that deals necrotic damage to any number of creatures that aren't undead or constructs, choose one of the creatures that took damage. You drain an amount of life energy equal to half the damage dealt to the chosen creature. One creature other than yourself that you can see within 30 feet of you regains a number of hit points equal to the life energy drain. Okay, you drain an amount, but that does not mean you heal it. That just means you drain the energy. Okay. So you can't heal yourself with this. Wow.
Yeah, but you've got overgrowth for you, and then now you have this for everyone else.
When you cast a spell using a spell slot that deals necrotic damage, and again, you can make any spell deal necrotic damage, so the only limiter on this is the spell slot, really, and the number of times that you can use the necrotic haze or whatever it was called. Equal to half the damage dealt to the chosen creature. One creature other than you than yourself that you can see within 30 feet of you regains a number of hit points equal to the life energy drained. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Wow.
It is very valuable as a healer.
Yeah, this is actually a fairly decent. Honestly, I think this is more viable as a healer than Mercy Monk. Well, with the. Yeah, no. I don't know. Mercy Monk level 17, you can punch someone's corpse and they come back to life. That's hard to top.
But for a magic school that may or may not have monks, depending on what kind of campaign you're running, if you want to stick to the whole everyone in your campaign is a student at the school and you don't want to have, you can have other things. You can have retainers, you can have guards, you can have people that are assistants or clerical, you could have mixed parties, but like for groups that want to be all from the college, that's definitely valuable for healing and more valuable than the statues for more valuable than Lorehold for
Yeah.
healing, definitely. Though that's not a bad off healer.
So, I honestly really like this. We've just gone over Mage of the Witherbloom, a subclass for Druids and Warlocks from the Mages of Strixhaven UA. Um, all in all, as a summation of the Mages of Strixhaven UA, I don't see anything here that makes me immediately go, "Oh my God, I have broke. This will break the game." There's nothing like the Dampier's Recursive Bite or the Infinite Gift Hobgoblin.
Cough Cough Silverquill is the closest
Yeah,
on that kind. Is that one's pretty broken,
yeah,
maybe.
but even that is broken within a manageable way. You can't just sunder the game with it. So honestly, it's pretty well put together. I understand a lot of people are initially reacting negative to the whole sharing subclasses, but really that's not that too different than prestige classes from previous editions, where it didn't really matter what class you had before as long as you had achieved the necessary stuff to take that prestige class. So I could see this being a precursor to us actually seeing some true prestige classes farther down the road. I am going to definitely make a few concept subclasses that are more melee focused, and I feel like Strixhaven needs to invest in an athletics department. I mean, seriously, get out there. I mean, you may not hit AAA, but
That's not the Prismari?
I guess that actually is the Prismari, isn't it? Wow. So for everyone who's tuned in to watch us to go through this, thank you so much. I am GM Gyrnos. I have been joined by the lovely and wonderful Zyziva, who I am fortunate to get to spend every day with. She plays Ingrid Omarona Corvidae. Did I get that backwards?
A little, it's fine.
In the Second Sight Agency campaign that we stream on Sundays. I can't think of anything else to say. We've been doing this for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I've drunk the lemonade that you gave me. I guess we're kind of done. Hey, everyone, have a great day. And as my friend Meryl would say, be like a lycanthrope. Werewolf howl at the moon roar. That's not it?
No, and you're not getting me to say it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Follow us on Twitter at Bonus Roll. Follow me on Twitter at GearWow. Follow Zyziva at Twitter at Zyziva. And have a happy Pride. Stay safe. And I can't think of anything else. So, oh, hey, Death Ray. Thanks for popping in. I think that their Kickstarter is already finished, but look up Palace of 1001 Rooms. We streamed a game there.